The problem that I have with Red Dead Redemption 2 online, and to be fair, it's still in its beta state, but the problem that I'm seeing right now is the same issue that I saw with Battlefront, Battlefront 2, NBA Live, NBA 2K, EA, all of these game companies, excluding NBA Live, because I don't think NBA Live does pay to win or microtransactions. I think it's NBA 2K now. Is the issue of having to pay to win. Meaning that once you buy the game, you pay for the game, you pay $80, $90. I mean, like, how many versions of Red Dead Redemption 2 came out? It's like at least a good 2, 3, 4 of them that came out. And with those versions that came out, each of them had special ability that you didn't have before. So we're past the fact of being pre-orders, having issues, and past the state where if you just wanted to go out and buy a game, you brought the same game that everybody else had. We're past that now. And to add on to that, you're spending $60-$70 for one game. And then you go out after buying that one game, you then pop online and you just want to get into a game mode and you just want to explore this new world that everybody's a part of, and you can't, because the person next to you who has a disposable income to spend about $50 on digital food or a digital horse or a digital firearm now has the advantage over you. Now, I could be wrong, but I am starting to notice the hypocrisy among gamers. This isn't anything new. GTA Online did the same exact thing. They had their shark cards where you spend $50, $60, $70, $80, $100 on fictional money to play a fictional character in a game. So what's the difference between the two? What's the difference between picking up Star Wars Battlefront 2 and paying for crystals and paying for loot boxes and all these types of things, which it was proven that it was in the game. This is what influenced people to have an advantage over your opponent. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online is doing the same exact thing. There's no difference whatsoever. You now have this gold nugget system where you collect it and you are able to acquire clothes, or you're able to acquire weapons or a horse or hairstyles and things such as that. And you have the currency that's in the game as well. What is the exact difference? The answer, from what I see, is nothing. And as a gamer, I don't blame the companies as much anymore as I blame the gamers who participate in this. The gamers who fail to see what these companies are doing and they allow them to do it. I am an old school gamer. I don't have the time to put real money into, I would say, a fictional game. The fact that I would have to grind as I would in real life to have a income, but with a fictional character in a polygon world, does not make sense to me. So why does Red Dead Redemption 2 Online get a pass and EA does not get the pass? I just ask for consistency in the gaming community. I ask for consistency that you give. When EA comes out with microtransactions and pay to win systems, you guys harp on them quickly. But when it comes to Rockstar, because Rockstar makes great stuff, you know, they're given a little leeway when it comes to making online content that is pay to win. That is the problem. We can't, as a gaming community, sit up here and hold one company to a regard and let another company do the same. I don't see the fun in that. I don't see the fun in paying to win. But I feel like that's where we're heading to as a gaming society. And we're okay with it because we ourselves are hypocrites. You know, we sit up here, like I said, we give EA slack for doing it for a Star Wars game. But when a game that got 10 out of 10 because of how amazing its single player mode is, we brush over the fact that it's pay to win. When it's blatantly a pay to win. Your character cannot make enough money in that game without having to put forth your wallet in a real world scenario and pay for the trimmings. The issue is the fact that we as gamers, we as consumers, have allowed ourselves to build this monster. This has become our culture now. This has become a part of the norm. You spend $80 on a game, you get the online mode, then you got to spend a total of $1,000 over the course of a year, just so that your character grows and can afford a certain amount of apples, or he has a better weapon. At the rate in which Red Dead Redemption 2 is at right now, if I were to play the game as I do, without any microtransactions, without any acquisitions from my credit card or my debit card or my banking account, I would still be a lower level character. I would still have a crappy rifle. I would still have a crappy revolver. And I'm going up against people who now have an advantage over me because they have the money to do so. Now, me personally, who am I to judge? Everyone spends their money on anything. You do whatever you want. It's your money, your life. In my honest opinion, I should not be taking a card out of my wallet to pay for anything in a game once I brought it off the shelf, beeped it through the register, and walked out of the store in a bag with my game. That's where it's becoming absurd. And if people are okay with that, that's fine. I mean, people can be all right with that. That's fine, but don't complain. I just noticed that there's a hypocrisy amongst the gaming community, that gaming companies that are not EA, when they do it, it's held to a different regard. Oh, but online mode is still fun. It's still this, it's still that, because it's Rockstar doing it. If EA came out with Red Dead Redemption 2 and they had their online system be pay to win, how many people would be up in arms about it? How many people would be making YouTube videos in the gaming community about it, like the way it was with Battlefront 2? Everyone and their mother had a Battlefront 2 anti-pay to win video out on it. Why is Red Dead Redemption 2 not held to the same regard? Now, exclude the single player game from it. Exclude all of that. Focus on the problem at hand. Pay to win is being allowed to happen because the consumers are telling game companies that it's perfectly okay, as long as it's not EA. If it's not EA, we're okay with it. It's cool. We're fine having to play a game where you have to find exploits such as skinning pigs from other people's farms and selling it and then boasting that you made $32 off of it. What these game companies do now is that if you don't like pay to win, they're going to make their game double as hard as possible for you to conform to do that. So you're going to have no choice. They're going to make the credits that you get be less. They're going to make the grind to be impossible so that you can just give up, give that game company $20, $30, $40 so that you can go and pay more. When at the end of the day, you spent what, 60, 70, 80 bucks for the game itself, for the physical copy, if you didn't pay for it online. By the end of the year, you probably paid $200 for a game that you honestly already possessed. Like I said, these are games. I have fun playing them. I've always had fun playing them. I've been playing them for 25 years. They are a great escape. But at the end of the day, if I'm grinding in a game like the way I am in real life to make money, to make ends meet, and I'm playing that same character in a game, it's really not fun. It's just not fun at all. All I ask is of the gaming community is be consistent.